of all, we went to Royal Botanical Gardens, and then we were just like walking around and all that kind of stuff. And then we went, well, he bought me a flower, and then we went back to the farmhouse, and we had dinner, and then dessert, and then he brought me into here, and it was all like set up with, I don't know, like different letters that he'd given me, and different stuff like that, and then we danced for like 45 minutes, and then I told him I was tired, because I was, and then he asked me.
That happened in this room. So basically I set up this dance thing, like this dance, and these lights had red lights in them and stuff like that. And so we were dancing, and I was flipping out in my head, and one of my thoughts was I didn't know what knee I was supposed to go down on. So that was one of my initial thoughts. We were dancing for like, I was trying to figure that out for like 5 minutes while we were dancing, and I don't know the right answer. I just went down on one.
So I helped Shawn set up his proposal night with Melissa, and it was at the farmhouse there. I show up, he's just pacing the floor, just super excited about the night and everything. He was freaking out. He was like talking about all the placement of the napkins, the cards he had set up, all the lights and the chairs and everything, and it was really funny to see. Like I've never seen him so like uptight. Everything needs to be perfect, and like it was great. I think it looked beautiful. The place with all the lights. Oh, it's a great setup.
Well, I was kind of expecting that he was gonna ask me to marry him, and so basically, like when he got down on me, I'm like, just get off of me and give me a hug.
For some reason, we used to go around headbutting other people. So one day out on recess, Shawn, myself, and Jeff Simpson all decided to headbutt this Justin Bean kid. And Shawn came running across the field full tilt and put his head down and headbutted this Justin Bean guy right in the back, and he goes flying. And we all got suspended for that one.
We actually had to put a stop to a potato fight going on in our apartment. Like, that's not a funny game named Potato Fight. Like, it's a real fight with potatoes.
One of the funny ones I remember was when I thought as a dad I had totally blown it and I just about killed my daughter. She was just big enough to be on a real swing and not in one of those baby seats. So she was on the swing set that I had built for the kids in the backyard, and I was pushing her on it. She was doing just fine on it, and then she wanted to go a little bit higher, so I was giving her more push and just doing that, and then all of a sudden she let go, just completely let go, and it was like slow motion. I was going no, and I couldn't catch her. And she did a complete backflip in the air and landed on her face on the ground. And I just thought, oh, I was panicked. And then she looked up at me, and I thought she was going to be crying. And she went, again, Daddy, again.
In order to get around the no television in our bedroom rule, Shawn brought his projector so that he could project his Nintendo on the bedroom wall.
Never lets me use her laptop. She always steals it and puts on a password. Just for me. It tells everyone else the password.
You'll go into the fridge, you'll pour yourself a glass of milk, you'll set it down, and then you're putting the milk back into the fridge. You turn around, milk's gone. Disappeared. He has either drank it or hidden it somewhere that you can't reach. Keep an eye on your milk.
We went tobogganing in a Rubbermaid bin.
We're at Disney World, and there's a well-groomed hedge that looked like a dinosaur. And I had Shawn in my arms, so I carried him up to the dinosaur and told him to pet the dinosaur. As he went to pet the dinosaur, I roared like it was real. He freaked out, didn't sleep for a few nights. I was in trouble.
He stuffed my mattress out of my window.
There were times that we would fall asleep holding hands across our beds, and we just, I don't know, every night we had these live chats, and I don't know, we always had good times.
Alright, so one time we were having ourselves a little sleepover like we used to do all the time in Shawn's house. Shawn was just minding his own, just zonked right out. And Nolan and I thought we should wake him up because we were wide awake. And we threw a muddy boot at him. Didn't wake him up the first time, so I'm pretty sure we threw the other one at him.
I gave him specific instructions not to judo throw somebody onto my computer printer, and he did it.
One time, I accidentally kicked him in the face when we were wrestling.
I said it first, but it was by accident. Because we were driving home from one of our dates, and the whole time I was telling myself, like, Melissa, don't say it, don't say it, don't say it. And I was trying really hard not to because I wanted him to say it first. But anyway, so we got home, and then we were saying goodbye, and then I'm like, I love you. And I'm like, oh shoot. And so then I turned away, and I started running away, and I'm like, whoops. And I was super awkward about it. And then he pulls me back, and he's like, you're not allowed to run away after saying something like that. And then I'm like, well, whatever. Good night. And then I gave him a hug and was trying to run upstairs.
So Melissa said I love you first, but she accidentally said it. And how she did it, we were standing in the entryway of her house, and we were saying goodbye, and instead of saying goodbye, she said I love you. And Melissa, she says I love you, and then tries to run away. Gets all red and tries to run to her room or something. And then I'm like, I grabbed a hold of her. I'm like, you can't run away after that. And then she was all embarrassed. And then she told me she meant it. She just didn't mean to say it. And she looked so cute. It was pretty funny.
Then he talked to me the next night, and he was like, did you say it by accident, or did you actually not mean it, kind of thing? And I'm like, I meant it, I just was trying to wait for you, kind of thing. So, and then he said, I love you back.
I would suggest just taking 1 Corinthians 13. Love is patient, love is kind, etc. And just really learning to practically live those out and show love to each other.
I have one here marked in my Bible that I wanted to share with them, and it's marked with a bookmark that's called Dad's Bookmark, and it was made by Millie a long time ago. The passage that I would want to share with them is a little bit longer, but it's in 1 Peter chapter 1. It starts in verse 13.
Romans 12:10. It says, be devoted towards one another in brotherly love, and honor one another above yourselves.
Colossians 3:12-14. Put on then, as God's chosen ones, holy and beloved, compassionate hearts, kindness, humility, meekness, and patience, bearing with one another, and if one has a complaint against another, forgiving each other, as the Lord has forgiven you. So you also must forgive, and above all these put on love, which binds everything together in perfect harmony.
It's in Ruth 1:16. But Ruth replied, it's a little out of context. It doesn't completely fit, but it's good. But Ruth replied, don't urge me to leave you or to turn back from you. Where you go, I will go, and where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people, and your God, my God. Where you die, I will die, and there I will be buried. My Lord, deal with me, be ever so severely, if even death separates you and me.
Yeah, when Shawn asked me to be his best man, I was just super honored, and I was just blown away that I'd be able to be his best man. To me, he's Shawn's, in my eyes, Shawn is the best man.
When Melissa asked me to be her matron of honor, I was obviously just super excited and very honored as well. I really was just happy to be able to return the favor for Millie, as she was just my maid of honor for my wedding. And yeah, I just really couldn't wait to be able to support her and just be there for her on her big day too.
Melissa's definitely the pickiest by far. She wants everything out there cleaned up perfectly. All the grass green as could be, and every piece of garbage picked up. No weeds, not a single weed does she want out there. And decorations, man, unbelievable. No, I'm just kidding. I'm definitely the pickiest.
Shawn's the pickiest.
The rings, the wedding bands. We go into the first store. She takes like, we get in there. I'm like, I have to go to the washroom. So I went to the washroom, come back. She's already got a ring picked out. I look through every single ring in that store, and then go to the next store, and then the next store. I got it at the third store.
I'm so thankful to God for bringing us together, and I know I've told you this millions of times already, but it is the truth. You're an amazing girl with the greatest heart, and I really thank you for being the best companion all the way through high school. And because of you, I have the most incredible high school memories a girl could ever ask. I wish you so much happiness and a life full of blessings and much love.
I tricked her. I tricked her into going out with me.
We're at a coffee shop meeting because I wanted to become a youth leader. And so when I told him I wanted to become a youth leader, he's like, oh, we should go out for coffee and like talk about it. So then when we were there, after we were done talking about like the business side of things, then he was like, so, and he told me he had the intentions of like dating me and all this stuff. And then after that, we just sort of like decided on a date to go on our first date.
We did some painting of pottery. Melvin and Lila. Melvin and Lila, the two penguins. And we went to like a flight simulator place where we learned how to fly jet planes. And then we went for dinner. We couldn't find the spot I had planned on going, so we ended up at Boston Pizza. But it was good. It was pretty good.
I'm really happy for Shawn and Melissa. I've known Shawn for a very long time, and he's been like a brother to me. I've only known Millie for a short while, but I believe they're a very good match for each other. I hope they have a very good life together with very good memories to come.
She is fun-loving. She likes to laugh, and she's caring, thoughtful, and unselfish.
She's too perfect. She cares way too much about other people. Sometimes doesn't care enough about herself.
Oh, and when she hugs me and I'm not in a huggy mood. Like, I don't want to be touched, and she loves hugs. She likes to hug all the time.
She's more just a role model. Just kind of being out there, being what I should look up to and what I should try and be.
Yeah.
Like, strive to be.
Well, she walks and talks in her sleep, so he might wake up one morning and find a spoon in his bed.
Well, she's kind of like any little sister, very annoying to begin with, and just wanted to always follow around and be with me. But as we grew older, we became very good friends, and I just want to follow her around all the time.
I think she's sweet, quiet. Yeah, no problems with Melissa.
That we want to discuss right now.
Yeah. If everybody's gonna walk.
She's grown from a little girl who loved to pretend to be a puppy around the house to an amazing young woman who always strives to follow Christ in everything she does, and I truly admire her for that.
She seems a little bratty to me. Just kidding.
I think Melissa's character can be described really well by using her middle name, Grace, and that she is growing into a woman of grace. She acts with graciousness towards other people and has experienced God's grace in her own life. And it comes out in many ways in her life. So.
He reminds me most of Superman because he has all of this like hidden strength and patience. And like he's kind of chosen to live a life that's helping people instead of harming them, and it sounds really cheesy, but that's what he reminds me of.
Shawn's very good natured. He tells it as it is. If you got concerned, he'll listen to it.
Yeah, he's very even-tempered. Not saying he doesn't get angry. I've seen him angry, but he doesn't pitch a fit. He has to know everything.
For sure. Good at eavesdropping.
Oh, yeah. He hears and has to know everything. Yeah. Needs non-stop entertainment.
Yep.
Yeah.
Likes to be around people.
Oh yeah.
Shawn and I work well together. He's a hard worker. I enjoy him especially on mission trips. On the farm, when we're both running tractors in the field, I kind of look over and smile because he's a good partner and easy to work with.
Stay strong in the Lord. Shawn's a very nice kid, and I feel that I think Melissa and Shawn should do well together. But my advice to Melissa, just be yourself, and Shawn be his self, and I think it should work out. But I just wanted to say that I really appreciate Shawn for being there for me, and I appreciate Melissa as well as her friendship.
The advice would be to keep Christ number one in their lives, like he is now, and to keep having fun together, even when the stresses of life come in, just to remember to have fun.
There's a lot of reasons. One being, well, actually the most important one is that he's chosen to like follow God with his life, and you can see that in like all sorts of different areas.
Her kindness to everyone she meets. Like, doesn't matter if she knows them, likes them, doesn't like them. Just the kindness she shows them and the love she shows each person. Her humility too, in everything she does. Her modesty, her family values.
Oh yeah, like just the way that he works with people too. Like when you see him with his grandpa or like with the little kids and with the youth and stuff, I don't know, you can really see God's love through him, and I think that's awesome.
Her love for children. She's definitely going to be an excellent mother, but I hope not too soon. Oh, as an added bonus, she's super attractive. Yeah, she is. And she's beautiful.
He's also like super patient, and yeah, and we just get along really well.
In all those things, like you can see her commitment to Christ in through all those things.
One of the reasons that I know that Shawn and I are going to last is because we've both chosen to love each other for the rest of our lives.
Hey, pretty girl, won't you look my way? Love's in the air tonight. You can bet you make this old boy's day.
I'm pretty sure that Shawn's gonna want to move back into dorm, so that's cool. We'll just have to find a place for Melissa, I guess.